Welcome to the Montgomery High School College and Career Podcast with me, Mr. Richard Palo, College and Career Counselor. This podcast is to help the Montgomery High School community prepare themselves for life after high school graduation. I talk about topics like career decision making, college choices, and finding sources of funding through financial aid or scholarships for your education. Vikings, welcome to the third episode of the Montgomery High School College and Career Podcast. I want to talk about your options after high school. And the way I see it in the College and Career Center, you have 5 options for yourself after graduation. 5 options after graduation. Okay, this is a great episode if you're a freshman or a sophomore or even a junior. You still have time to make up your minds. Just ask the current seniors. Graduation is going to come upon you really fast, and you want to use your high school career to prepare yourself for the next step in your education. You want to prepare yourself for the next step. So these are your 5 options after you graduate. Option 1, which is a very popular option here, where about 80%, maybe 85% of our graduating seniors who go to college choose to go to the local community college, Santa Rosa Junior College. They have great career technical education certificate programs and associate degree programs. There you can just start and earn that 2-year degree and then start working. Like if you want to go into the medical field, you can get your 2-year nursing degree and get hired by Sutter or Kaiser, and then those organizations will help pay for your further education. That's a good way to go. You can also transfer from Santa Rosa Junior College to any 4-year college you want to in the country. You have to take 60 credit hours before you can transfer, and you should also meet with an SRJC counselor before you start taking classes to make sure that those courses that you plan on taking will transfer to the school that you're thinking about. The great thing about Santa Rosa Junior College is a program they have called SRJC for Free. And this is the California Promise Grant, which if you are a high school senior and you're graduating with a 2.0 cumulative GPA in high school, you have your FAFSA or your California Dream Act financial aid application completed by March 2nd of your senior year, and you graduate and provide SRJC the transcripts, and you apply to Santa Rosa Junior College, you'll get basically 2 years of free tuition waivers, and you'll get 2 years of the Doyle Scholarship, which will pay for your books and supplies. That is a great deal. That amounts to about $4,800 in free money that does not have to be repaid. And the SRJC for Free option is great. And many, many families are choosing that option. Even if you want to go to transfer to a 4-year, your first 2 years of college are basically English, social studies, mathematics, that, you're retaking classes basically you took in high school. Why pay top dollar for that? Get it at SRJC for Free and transfer. That's a great way to go. So Santa Rosa Junior College, it's a great choice. That's the first choice. The second choice is if you have a higher GPA, I would say a 3.5 or higher, preferably higher if you're going to go to a University of California system or some California State University systems, schools. Going straight to a 4-year from high school. That's a great option. When you do your FAFSA application in your senior year, you'll know your family's income level. And, the way financial aid works, the lower your family's income is, the more free financial aid you're going to receive through the federal Pell Grant, through state grants like the Cal Grant, and also finding additional scholarships out there, need-based scholarships if you're a lower income family. Those are great ways where you can pay for a 4-year. If you're a higher income family, you need the higher grades because your family's income level is not going to get you the free financial aid to pay for your school. So you're going to have to look for merit-based scholarships to help defray your costs of attendance. But if you have your financial aid in line, you have your grades, good grades, and you feel you're mature enough to be able to go to a college right out of high school, going to a 4-year is a great way to go. A 4-year institution right out of high school is a great way to go if that's for you. And your third choice is really a choice where it's kind of been overlooked the last number of decades, but that's to enter into a skilled trade apprenticeship program. Skilled trade apprenticeship programs last 4 years long, and depending on the union, you're going to get paid while you're an apprentice. It means you're still learning, anywhere between $20 and $25 an hour here in California during your 4-year learning period. That's pretty awesome. And there's no student loans needed. There's no student loans at all. You're going to be debt free. And when you graduate from your apprenticeship and you're a journeyman, you're going to make easily over $100,000 or more without going to college, without accruing debt. So skilled trade apprenticeship is really kind of a nice way to go. Here in California, in Northern California, we've had a lot of fires that have destroyed a lot of homes and businesses. There's a building boom going on right now. So the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers apprenticeship program is awesome. I also have a relationship with UA Local 483, which is the Sprinkler Fitters Union. They install fire suppression systems in residential and commercial, primarily commercial buildings that are being built. And also Local 38 in Santa Rosa, the plumbers, steam fitters, and HVAC service technicians have a great apprenticeship program. HVAC meaning heating and cooling in those giant air-conditioned units that you might see at like a shopping mall or a hospital system. So these are great ways to go in the skilled trades apprenticeship program. So if you like working with your hands, you like working with tools, you have to have a good knowledge of algebra, a working knowledge of algebra of like a B average in high school or higher. You have a really good shot of getting into a union apprenticeship program for a skilled trade, either through the electrical workers, International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers being an electrician, the Sprinklers Fitters Union, or the Plumbers Union, Local 38 in Santa Rosa. Those are 3 great places to go for skilled trades. And your fourth option would be to start a military career, to join an armed service. We have the Army, Navy, Air Force, and Marine Corps. There's active duty components of those armed services. There's also the Coast Guard. I forgot the Coast Guard. So there's 5 armed services. There's active duty components too. You could also enlist as a reservist and go to college while you're serving in the military, where you would work as a military person 1 weekend a month and 2 weeks in the summer. And so you could be an Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, or Coast Guard reserve as well. There's also the National Guard option and Air National Guard option. And so there's a lot of different choices. If you're interested in a military career, that might be for you. Now, like a lot of people think that military careers is that, you're going to be on the front lines all the time in an infantry position, but actually about 80% of occupations in the military are support roles like supply and logistics or motor transport or mechanics or medics or administrative workers. There's even culinary arts. There's the kitchen meal services for troops. That's a great military career to go into. The military could be a great way to go. If you're young, you want to get paid to stay in shape and travel the world. Maybe you don't want to go to college right away, or maybe you want to start your own business, but you want to get out of Santa Rosa and tour the world. The military might be a great choice for you. During lunchtime throughout the year in the quad and in the student union, when it gets colder and rainier, I have all of the armed services come visit students in the student union during lunchtime. So you'll have ample time throughout the year to talk to a military recruiter if you wish. And if you don't want to talk to them, they'll just say, leave me alone, and that's it. And they'll leave you alone. And then your fifth choice would be to work a job right out of high school. Just get a job and, probably around minimum wage. Or you could take a gap year and take a job or volunteer or maybe travel and before you decided to either go back to school. The last option, though, if you're just going to work a job, I recommend that you get some kind of certificate training at the community college level or go into a skilled trades because working minimum wage, you do not want to be stuck working minimum wage jobs your whole life. You're going to want to get some kind of certification. So I would recommend just doing that as a temporary choice before if you need an extra gap year to make up your mind on what you want to do. And by no means you're going to be graduating. You're very young. You're going to be like around 17, 18 years old. You do not have to have your whole life figured out. There's plenty of time for you to change your mind in your 20s or try out careers. And if that doesn't work for you, try another career. But getting a college degree and an associate degree, a 2-year level or a 4-year level, is a great option because having that degree will open a lot of doors for you and will increase your salary that you'll earn greatly. Like over the course of a 30-year career, a college degreed worker will earn about $1 million more over their lifetime than a not college degree graduate. That kind of changes somewhat if you're going the skilled trades because that doesn't really apply. But if you would work just the minimum wage job, you're going to make $1 million less in your career than somebody who has a 4-year degree. So it is wise to get education, but even if you want to take a year off, you don't feel like you want to go to college or you need extra time to make up your mind, that's perfectly okay too. You don't have to have your whole life figured out. You still have plenty of time to figure out what you want to do with your life. There's no shame in that. Okay, Vikes. Well, this has been episode 3 of your options after graduation. If you have any questions or if there's any particular topics you want to hear in this podcast, you can send me an email at rpallo@srcs.k12.ca.us, or you can give me a DM on Instagram where I'm at MHS_college_career. I'm also on Facebook at MHS College and Career Center, and I'm at Twitter at Career MHS. So I hope to hear from you in the future, Vikings, and I hope you have a great day. See you later. So that's all today, Vikings, for the Montgomery High School College and Career Podcast. Tune in to this podcast on a regular basis to get information about career choices, college choices, and scholarship and financial aid funding sources. This is Mr. Pallo signing off. Have a great day.